Christy's going to take it and talk about some I forget how I wrote it on here, but the checklist that's available online. And as I was looking at that, it's not only good for new consultants, but for all consultants. There's so many links in there that link to really good materials and checklists. And I mean, it's just really good to go through that, I think, for all of us. And then Christy's going to show us some hidden treasures on the website. So I love that. So what I want to talk about is, first of all, summer. And do we want to make it flip or do we want to make it flop?
Oh, cute.
So the things that we can do to make our summer really successful. And first of all, some of these are things that the home office gave us when I looked at their training. That was a lot about taking advantage of the summer hunger and really advertising that to people. You know, companies, Tom's, all those companies have made a big deal out of really helping community, helping other people. And I don't think we make a big enough deal about what Pampered Chef does as far as their Help with Cancer campaign and their Feeding America campaign. And so I just want to, the first thing I wanted to do is make sure that you know about the Feeding America campaign. What I really love about it, so people can round up their orders to the nearest dollar, and that money goes to Feeding America. Or they can do a fundraiser where instead of the host rewards, they pay 15% out to Feeding America. Or the one that I love is they can buy a set of the emoji cookie cutters, which I couldn't find mine. I don't know where they've disappeared to. I was going to hold one up. But when they purchase that, then $1 goes towards Feeding America. Now, a couple of things that it's important to know. We have done this for years and years. We've had different products at different times, but we have supported Feeding America for years. And so one thing that I love about it is all the money that's collected in your county comes back to your county. So it's not like here in Idaho, we're feeding the hungry in New York. We're feeding the hungry who are right here in Pocatello, Idaho, which I really love that it's on a national basis, but it's a local thing that the money comes back to where we are. And they judge that just by the zip code of the host is how they determine where that money goes. When I go down, I help at the food bank, and they know me because I go down there frequently with my kids, but they know that I do Pampered Chef, and they love getting that cash check. I think it's on a quarterly basis. Every 3 months they get a check from Pampered Chef, and they love that. Even if it's not a lot, it really helps them with the things they're doing down there. The other thing that it's really great to tell people is that a $1 donation to Feeding America helps provide 11 meals. So that is a lot. I mean, that can make a substantial difference in a community when $1 can provide 11 meals. And it's just because they take a lot of donated food. In fact, when I was working with Roy Lacey, who's our manager down at our food bank, he was telling me that like they love the cash donations because sometimes like in our area, farmers will donate maybe potatoes or other things that they have. Restaurants will donate extra food that they have. And what they love the cash for is it gives them a way to transport what's donated to their facility and be able to get it out to people. And so it's just a really great program. And that's how, with the donations from the community and with our cash donations, that's how $1 can do 11 meals. And that's pretty great. So just to make people aware of that, I love the emoji cookie cutters. I usually just show them. I molded some chocolate in one time, and they were so cute. I did the smiley face and pink chocolate. And, well, it wasn't real chocolate. It was that melt and I don't know what it's called. You make candies out of it.
Candy coating?
Yes, that stuff. And so I had it in this cute little baggie with a bow, and I would take it to my shows. And at one of my shows, their little daughter took it and she bit into it through the plastic. And I haven't made another one since, but I need to do that because they loved seeing that. A lot of people love making Jell-O jigglers. It's a great little Play-Doh, cutter. So it doesn't just have to be for cookies. And I try to give them a lot of ideas and encourage them to buy several sets because they're a fun little gift, even for a child or a teacher. They're a fun gift, and so you could have some on hand for gifts. So anyway, that was the first thing about about Feeding America, that it's just really great to get that out there.
Pauline, if I can interrupt you for a second.
Yes.
If you haven't had the chance, or if any of you haven't had the chance, do yourself a favor and watch Sharon Zellen's show opening that I just posted in the Going Places site, because she actually talks about the Feeding America. And on cooking parties, I'm trying to figure out how to do this for virtuals, but for cooking parties, she actually says, I'm going to round up your order unless you put an X through the heart at the bottom of your order form.
Exactly.
So who's going to do that, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, but she talks about other stuff too, but the way she words it is just perfect.
Yeah. And I've heard that before, and it's a really great way to say it, and just let them know that it's great to round up, and it really does make a difference in our community. So love that. All right. So then the next thing is I wanted to talk for a minute about the belief triangle.
I love that.
Is this backwards, or can you guys see it correctly?
It's perfect.
I can see it.
So you have the belief, and then you have the action, and then you have the results. In my world, a lot of times I find that I start with action and then I get results, and it gives me the belief. Now, I don't know why I think of it that way, but I think that last week when we did the beach ball challenge, I think was a really good example of how this works. I think there were a lot of people who were hesitant to do that. And when they saw other people do it, so there's the action, they saw other people doing the pick a number between 1 and 20 if you love Pampered Chef. They saw other people doing that. They saw other people getting results, and it gave them the belief enough to go out and put it on their wall and to do it themselves. I was amazed that we got 54 bookings, new bookings on our calendars through that activity. I know. And it's just one of those things where I really think that an action can produce a result and really give you the belief that, wow, this can really happen. Sometimes we just have to really believe. And so I'm going to give you some tips to help you believe that summer can really be an awesome time to do shows. And the first thing I like to do is just, let me find my little notes here, is to just talk about objections right up front. I mean, you're going to have hosts that say, everybody's on vacation all summer. Well, everybody's not on vacation all summer. The people, I mean, it might seem like everybody else is, but they're not really. Or you might hear people talking about vacations, then you talk to another person and they're talking about vacations, and you talk to another person, they're talking about vacations, either planning or going or just gotten back. So people are talking about vacations a lot, but in reality, people are not on vacation all summer long. And so you just have to kind of realize that's not really reality, even though it seems like we're talking a lot about it. And then I have people say, oh, I just want to wait till summer's over when we're more on a structured schedule. And I'm thinking, oh, you're missing out on the best time when people are really more laid back,
Right.
more casual. They don't have to worry about getting home and getting kids' homework done or school lunches made or all those kinds of things that come with the school year for parents. And so people are a lot more laid back and relaxed, and especially about bedtime and in the evening than they are generally. And so I think that that is a huge plus for us doing shows in the summer. Let's see. So you just have to kind of think of the objections that people would have to having a show in the summer and think about how you would overcome that. So when you talk with them, your belief is there is never a better time than summer to do a Pampered Chef party, whether it's virtual or whether it's live. With the virtual ones, the nice thing is they can attend your party even if they are on vacation. I mean, you can't tell me that when they're at Aunt Susie's house, they're not checking their Facebook page. And so that's a huge positive for having it. And they're not at work, so they have more time to check their Facebook page and to be able to be present in that virtual party. So to me, that's a huge positive for doing shows during the summer virtually or, like I say, live. So some tips that I have, now I posted the top 10 reasons to have a successful summer. So go back and look at those. I'm not going to review those. But some tips that I have. first of all, one other thing why it's a great reason, you never have to worry about the weather. I mean, when we think about the winter we had this last winter and all the snow, that was an issue with some of our shows. And so it's really nice that during the summer, the weather is usually not an issue. It's also light when we get off, when we get done with our party. Even when you get done doing virtual parties, there's more daylight. And so it's easier to do those. I'm just kind of looking over. You can do a patio party if you have hosts that say, you know, my apartment's too small or my house is too small. Well, summer's great because they are not confined to a house. They can move it out to the yard or have it in a park or anything like that. And so it's a really great time to have for those people that think that their space is too small, which I hear a lot. Let's see. And the other thing is I love the little 10-10-10 shows. I don't know if I know I put it on the website. What that is 10 friends, 10 minutes, 10 products. And yeah, that means you're only talking about each product for 1 minute, but it's like a mini show. But 10 friends, 10 minutes, 10 products can be a really great show. And you know, then people can just visit and look at the catalog and order. But that's a really great way. Let's have a 10-10-10 show. And in my area, you can have it at 10 p.m. and it would be great because people would come over at 10, have a bowl of ice cream. You know, it's still almost light at 10 o'clock. So it could really be a fun 10-10-10 show. All right, so some tips. I try to stay away from weekends during the summer. I think weekends are really hard. It is when people take off. If I can keep things in the middle of the week, if at my virtual shows I'm closing and kind of starting, I'm definitely closing in the middle of the week, usually starting on Monday, closing on Wednesday, because that's when people are generally home. You have to find the balance during the summer because you want to have time to play too. It is summer, but if you find that balance and just go into your calendar right at the beginning and say, okay, this is when we're going to go on vacation and work around it, or this is when the kids are going to be gone so I can work more during that time if they're going to a summer camp or something like that. But if you really go in and find that balance in the beginning by marking the days first that you're not available and then finding days to put shows. I mean, that's why I'm still here at Pampered Chef 23 years later, is because it's so flexible and you can totally work around your schedule. So my tip, you don't want to miss those important things and the fun activities with your family, so put those on the calendar first. Let's see. Try to make sure you have office time every day. Work is flexible, but it's not optional. If you want it to be successful, you have to find time to work every day. And we can talk about a power hour on another call, but you can get a lot done if you're really organized in what you do. Let's see. Be prepared to be able to make your calls when you're out and about. If you're waiting for swimming lessons to get done or you're driving in the car, I like to make sure that I have a list of who I need to talk to and what I need to talk about, so I'm able to make those when I'm out and about with the kids. We've already started soccer, so while I'm waiting for him to get on with soccer practice, I can make calls. So that's just expanding or using those little pockets of time that I have to be able to work. Let's see. Overbook. I mean, that goes for any time of the year, but especially during the summer, because once in a while, you know, those hosts just decide they're going to take off and go camping or whatever, or, you know, the cousins are coming in town. There's a million things that can happen, but overbook from what you want to turn in. And then really use the host promotions to their greatest potential. I love what they did this year because it was so busy to book June with that 60% off anything. And now the bookings from June that we get, it's so easy just to say free double. And I'm so excited for all the bookings that are going to come from our Beach Ball Challenge, because a lot of those were in June. I was going to go back and count how many June and July, and I didn't get that done. But a lot of those were in June. And now when we go to those June shows and say, listen, you can get double for free, I mean, that is just an awesome way. And then the cookware in August, which is what everybody wants, at 60% off. So, I mean, I think they've given us the 3 best host bonuses we could ask for summer. So those are my tips for having a really successful summer. There's also a lot of one-day fairs out there. If you look into those, and Christy, I have a one-day fair in, I can't remember the name of the town. It's north of you, and they're having a big fair, and I need to give you the information because I don't think I can do it. So anyway, okay.
10-minute warning.
All right, now I'm just going to do a little bit of recognition for the people who have already gotten their summer off to a great start. And this is the people who have already earned some of the free-for-all. And if you go back and look, that was my number one reason to have a successful summer, is so you can earn lots of free products. But already we have at 7:50 Jessica Carl. She's so close to level 2. Kimberly Holloway and Caitlin McLeod. Is that how you say your last name, Jen?
McLeod, I believe.
McLeod. So yeah, so they have already earned level 1, and they're all three super close to level 2. And then at 1500, Jennifer and Christy are already there, so they're on their way up to earning lots of free products. So just wanted to throw that out there. It's a really great reason to have a successful, so you know the levels are 750, 1500, 3000, and then 6000. And so in June and then again in July, you can earn free product, the new fall products. I haven't seen it, but my director has seen them, and she said they are just as amazing as the last one. So yeah, she said that they are just, well, we've just got a lot of really great new minds thinking for us and really great products. So the last thing I wanted to just say is if anybody has any questions about National Conference, does anybody have any questions about coming to Chicago with us?
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
It is going to be so awesome. I'm so excited too. So I wanted to answer any questions. So that was all I had about summer. Does anybody have any other concerns or questions about how to work summer? I mean, it takes some thinking and planning, but it can be really successful. People are always up for a little barbecue or come over tomorrow night and let's have ice cream. I mean, people are just more relaxed during the summer and they like it together. So it's a great time to have Pampered Chef parties.
I did want to point out that earning the free-for-all, the products are different June and July.
Right. Yeah.
So you want to reach the highest possible level both months and you will get different products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we've got about 7 more minutes on this particular link before we're going to time out.
Do you want to just go to the next link before I start so then I'm not cut in half?
I think that's a good idea. What do y'all think?
Sure.
I'm good for that.
Okay. Don't go anywhere. Click the next link. We'll see you back here in a minute.
Okay.
All right. Bye.